We all know games are better with friends. The Nobodies scoured the upcoming games of 2023 to find the best multiplayer experiences for you. So sit back, get your Steam wishlist ready, and enjoy.
Number 6.
You know the kid at the soda fountain who'd put one of every variety of pop in his cup? Come back to the table, convince you to take a sip, and it was actually good? Well, that's how I imagine Outpost Infinity Siege to be. Command a mobile outpost and venture deep into the Signet Surveillance off-limits area, where dangers lurk in the dark. Collect unique weapons, units, and upgrades to amp up your outpost's firepower. This game is about tower defense, first-person shooting, and real-time strategy, all at the same time. The previews for this one look really promising. It runs a risk of being overcomplicated because they have a lot of different genres slammed in there. But I know I've been looking for a long time for something that combines RTS with first-person shooting. I'm sure this multiplayer title will hit home with a lot of you. Outpost Infinity Siege's planned release is in Q3 of 2023.
Number 5.
We all grow up over time, unfortunately. And there's not a lot of better ways of signifying that growing up than injecting kilos of CO2 into your favorite childhood games. If you've had enough of the childish world of Pokemon and wish for a grittier, more capitalistic take on it, then this animal exploitation simulator is for you. Palworld is a brand new multiplayer open-world survival crafting game where you can befriend and collect mysterious creatures called Pal in a vast world. Make your pals fight, build, farm, and work in factories for you. I know the biggest thing that's holding me back from playing Pokemon as an adult has been the simple fact that I can't pick up a Mareep and use it as a bullet shield. Or I can't even pick up a Voltorb, shove it in a tube, and use it as a rocket launcher. Thankfully, this void in my life can now be filled thanks to Palworld. I'm looking forward to this dark twist on the monster-catching genre.
Number 4.
Dark and Darker is an unforgiving, hardcore fantasy FPS dungeon, player versus environment adventure. Band together with your friends and use your courage, wits, and cunning to uncover mythical creatures, defeat gruesome monsters while staying one step ahead of the other devious treasure hunters. If you enjoyed Hunt Showdown like myself, but you prefer elves over cowboys, this one is for you. You and those you're playing with are going to take on the role of your typical D&D style class, archer, fighter, wizard, etc. You're going to delve down into a dungeon where both AI monsters and other players roam. Your goal is to loot the treasures there and escape. There are different levels and dangers in this dungeon, but the longer you stay in, the more likely another player will ambush you, or you'll succumb to the monsters. It's basically Dungeons & Dragons as an FPS without turns. This one has held RI for a while, and we should be able to expect it Q4 of 2023. The Nobodies are getting ready to delve down into the dark with Dark and Darker.
Number 3.
Do you remember what our world was before?
But Andrew, I'm poor on cash and rich in time. What is there for me in 2023?
Before the Sundering.
Boy, do I have news for you. Blue Protocol is a free-to-play, multiplayer, online action RPG where you become the hero of your very own fantasy adventure. Explore the beautiful and dangerous world of Regnas in an immersive multiplayer experience with deep character customization and action-packed combat. This one looks stellar, especially if you have a love for games like Phantasy Star Online, Monster Hunter, or Warframe. You can grind hours of your life away for free. Better yet, you can do it together with friends in a party, where you can customize your characters, your weapons, and your clothing, all in a beautiful world that's elegantly cel-shaded. The game looks gorgeous. Buckle up for Blue Protocol. It promises to be good.
Number 2.
Zombies are overdone, base, boorish, and worn out. The undead of the future have a pizzazz, class, and je ne sais pas about them. Vampires are the future. This one's my personal favorite on the list. Redfall. Band together in this open-world, class-based co-op to take on covens of vampires and their mobs of cultists. Redfall is an open-world, co-op, first-person shooter, continuing Arcane's legacy of carefully crafted worlds and immersive sims. Their signature gameplay drives this story-driven action shooter. Arcane Studios' previous game, Prey, holds a special place in my heart. That same studio is now crafting an open-world co-op game, and I'm all here for it. The Vampires of Redfall will be inviting you to join them on May 2nd, 2023.
Number 1.
And finally, the number 1 upcoming multiplayer game for the Nobodies is Risk of Rain Returns. Risk of Rain Returns is more than just a remake of the original cult classic that so many people love. They're going to add new monsters, new items, new levels, and full multiplayer functionality. Now that they've had massive success with Risk of Rain 2, they're able to go back and recreate the first game with the budget they wish they would have had. Carefully designed, beautifully remastered, and loaded with new ways to play, Risk of Rain is back and better than ever. Dive into the iconic roguelike, full of unique loot combinations, enhanced with new survivors, overhauled multiplayer, and fan-favorite content from Risk of Rain 2, and so much more. If you like high-octane, chaotic roguelikes, this one is for you. Grab your crew and crash land on Petrichor 5 to fight your way through the hostile planet in this 2D roguelike adventure. No specific day is set yet, but Risk of Rain Returns is coming in 2023, and the Nobodies are jumping on that ship. With those games ahead of us in 2023, and with 2022 firmly behind us, now's a great time to look back and see the games that you enjoyed the most. Click on this video to see the Nobodies' top games of 2022.